In this lesson, we will convert between different representations of tenths and 1/100ths. In example 1, we can see that we have a number line that is subdivided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parts. That means they're broken up into tenths. So this would be 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10. So it's 7/10, 7/10. If we were to represent this with a fraction, we put 7 over 10. Now let's simplify this. 7, so nothing. 7 and 10 don't have a common divisor besides 1. And let's represent this in the diagram. Let's see which one we can use. Diagram A is divided into 10 parts, so let's use diagram A. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can shade in 7 equal portions of this whole. Remember, this whole entire, like this larger square is a whole, and I'm just shading in 7/10 of it. Example 2, we can read this as 25/100ths. So we know that we're going to have to do hundredths. So 0 and 1, this is not going to be 5/10, it will be 50/100ths. I mean, they're the same, but as far as what's helpful, we should think about it as 50/100ths. That means this is 10/100ths, and that means this is 10/100ths, and this is 20/100ths, and this is 30/100ths. 25/100ths is between 20/100ths and 30/100ths, so it's right here. 25/100ths. Remember that as long as you put this lower number, which in our case is usually 0, and this one's 1, then all I need is this. So lower, higher, or 0, 1, 25/100ths. 25/100ths. So let's reduce this fraction into its simplest form. So 25 goes into 25. 25 does, in fact, go into 100. 25 divided by 25 is 1. 100 divided by 25 is 4. You cannot reduce anymore. We're done. Let's go to diagram. Let's see, we need hundredths. This has 100 pieces, so let's use this one. So this would be 20, and then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25/100ths. That's diagram B. Now in our notes right now, it goes A, B, C, and I guess we're gonna have to use D on this one. But in your work, this can be A, this can be D, this can be B. Like, it's just whatever is gonna be useful for you. So diagram C, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4 out of 8, which is different, but we still need to reduce it. So we can take out a 4 from 4 and 4 from 8. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Cannot reduce anymore. I get half. But if you look at this half isn't gonna, it might help us here because if you understand this, but it's not gonna really help us represent it as tenths or hundreds, right? So we need to either make the 2 into a 10 or a 100. Let's try the lower one first. That's what I would usually do. Try lower. Can 2 go into 10 or multiply to get to 10? Yes. Let's multiply by 5. Times 5, I get 5/10. So I can go here and put 5/10. 5/10. Label my 0 and whole. And remember, this middle is 5/10. So literally, I mean, that's all I have to do and put a dot there. Reminds me, I forgot to put a dot here. Okay. So example 4. We have this fraction, 30/40ths. Now remember, we're going to simplify this fraction. So divide by 10, divide by 10, we get 3. fourths. We can't reduce either of those by the same number. We're done with 3/4. So if we look at this, we need to probably turn this into a tenth or a hundredth. Well, we have to, right? So 4 doesn't easily go into 10, but it can go into 100. So that's times 25 times 25. We get 75 hundredths. 75 hundredths. And 75 hundredths. And here's 0, here's 1, here is 50 hundredths. Here is 60 hundredths, 70 hundredths, 80 hundredths. 75 would be right in the middle here. 75 hundredths. Lastly, let's describe the diagram. So we're going to make a shape with 100 equal parts, and we're going to shade in 75 of them. That is diagram D. Thank you.